Um, so this looks like kind of the army that I want to deploy. Obviously we can't do the artillery yet because we don't have the means. But going for a combat with 28 infantry like this with artillery support with the intention of adding more artillery, I think that works very well. And most of you guys are going to need to be shifted across. No, you're not, because you're not actually the new military model. I don't want any militia forces. So what we're going to do is we're going to make you lot all of this new model. Infantry 2. Because that is what I was just editing, right? Yes. Good. And then all of you are probably going to need to start getting trained again, because we're going to be out of equipment. And we are now short 22,000. Excellent. And you lot, I'm going to change you now as well. This is planning ahead. Hopefully we don't get attacked in the meantime, because that would be really bad. Haiti declared war on Dominion. Oh man, when that came I was like, no! But no, it didn't. I don't think I've seen that happen before, actually. That's interesting. Alright, you can move over here. Yeah, I don't know, but the problem is you get fake companies chasing you down for fake claims in the hopes that they can get your money. Because basically the way it works on YouTube is if you have a claim on a video, then all the money that video should be earning goes to that claimant and does not go to the creator. So if you have no music, then there is literally nothing that they can claim against. It's kind of a messed up system. Alright, so all of you lot need to go back to training. Clearly. And I think you're going to be there a while. Because there's a lot more manpower being added. And then you lot haven't changed. Although, we still have a couple of points left. We could change the cavalry too. Oh, I can't stand this. Why can't I change your name? I'm going to even call you cavalry 2. Save. I'm going to make your icon. No, I'm going to make the bad spelling icon something stupid, like the pawn. And then all of the stupid units, like you, are going to be switched to the proper spelling, cavalry 2. Where is he? Cavalry 2, there he is. And you're the only one. So I think I'm also going to upgrade the cavalry to properly spelt cavalry 2. And just make sure that we have all of these reforms already done. Because those cavalry 2 will eventually become motorized mechanized. But they aren't yet. And that means that both of you need to be in there. Right, so what actually is the difference between cavalry and cavalry 2? And why the hell are there so many different division designs here now? Need to get rid of those. You can go. 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 Man, why is this? Okay, so you were just 6 cavalry. You are 6 cavalry and an artillery. So the reason their strength just plummeted is because we don't have enough artillery. Oh, and you're also lacking a bunch of infantry equipment. Okay, fair enough. You apparently are ready. No, you haven't been upgraded. Infantry 2. They're back. Are they back again? No. Alright. Wait. Who do I have that's cavalry 2? You there! Traitor! You're wrong. No more? No more. Begone, bad spelling. Put on the Rocky theme song. I am currently playing as the Princely Federation in India. 50,000 pizzas. You still have to pay them just because you set the delivering addresses here. You still fit the bill. Otherwise I won't do them. And pizza is amazing. I had pizza yesterday and then I had leftover pizza again today. Okay, so we have united the princes. Our decision to reform the Council of Princes into a single government position has now demanded the princes gather and elect from amongst their number a suitable candidate. These choices are many, and few amongst the princes doubt the importance of the new office. The current term limit has been set to 4 years. So we have a couple of options here. Krisha Raja Wadiyar IV, who is a flamboyant tough guy who gives more national unity, reduces the amount of political power we gain, and increases the popularity of authoritarian Democrats, social conservatives, authoritarian Democrats. It's basically between you and you. The popular progressive, Chithira Varma of Travancore, which is an ambitious union boss, which increases the amount of consumer goods that we need, increases the amount of political power we get, and more social conservative. Or the martial giant, which reduces our political power, though not as much as Varma, increases construction speed of land forts, increases max planning and army experience gain. You look to me by far the best option here. Rajaram of Kalapur. So let's do that. Well, yesterday I actually ate 2 medium pizzas. I did not mean to eat 2 medium pizzas, but that's what I did. I was super hungry. High popularity. The civilian support for the ruling party has reached a new high level, which influences our political power. Our political opposition is entrenched, and only the most divisive reforms need our personal investment. Medium popularity to high popularity. We are now set at 75%. Fantastic. And that also means that we are now earning more political power, which means we will now actually be gaining political power while we have a focus going. So I think we're going to go for the new federation, which will get rid of the decentralized rule. Finally, the reforms have been completed. The government's power has been centralized and the princes united in their desire to see the Federation retake the rest of the subcontinent and restore it to independence and prosperity. Write my own music. I am not a musician. Alright, cool. So you are still doing that. All the training is happening. CNT FAI declared war on the Kingdom of Spain. Oh, we have a couple of people who are ready to move. I'm not believing that. I think you just don't have the equipment yet. How much equipment are we short? 29,000 and almost 800 artillery. Less artillery than I would have expected. And you are building up efficiency. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so, do you guys have new focuses? You do. Interesting. I did not realize that Spain had their own focuses now. Oh no, this is only if you actually win the Civil War. There are none for during the Civil War, I think. Is that true? Yeah, it's only after the Civil War, not during. Alright. Spanish Civil War. Ever since the defeat of Napoleon, Spain has been plagued by violence, dissent and turmoil. But it appears that these tensions have reached a breaking point. That is, the Spanish kingdom has been ripped apart in a three-sided civil war between numerous factions. The loyalists of the Madrid government, the supporters of the pretender Javier, and finally the anarcho-syndicalist party known as the CNT-FAI. No, Mordred cannot sing Cotton Eye Joe. This mod is horrifically ambitious. And the crazy thing is, they're actually fulfilling those ambitions, full of Madrid already. Yikes. That means that you guys are gonna die, probably. Yeah, Spain's on the verge of capitulation already. Like, as the Kingdom of Spain, you cannot afford to lose Madrid. It is worth so many victory points. Foundation of the Belgrade Pact. Serbia, Romania, Greece, the three Balkan members of the Entente, all with revanchist views of their own, have recently gathered to a common table of negotiations in the recently announced beginning of the Belgrade Pact. So that's the anti-Bulgaria pact, basically. Serbia has declared war on the Tsardom of Bulgaria. The Fourth Balkan War, a country was reborn in the Balkans after the Weltkrieg. Greater Bulgaria, the Titan of the Peninsula. I'm actually a little bit nervous that I may have overdone this in terms of the infantry stuff, especially as we're that low on materials. Although we will be rebuilding the industry soon. I don't know when it is that Dominion of India goes to war with us. Formosa has declared war on the Empire of Japan. Oh, it's a civil war. I was going to say, I don't think you really stand much of a chance there. It's an interesting one to go. Alash Order has declared war on Don Kuban Union. So that's just before the Soviets go and gobble them up. Their national unity is rebuilding. Three-way war still going. Three-way war is still very much going here. It actually looks like the United States is on the losing end right now. And Dominican Republic and Haiti seems kind of stable. It looks like they've taken one province here. Now, this must be the smallest war in the history of wars. 3 versus 2. Well, I guess with 2 infantry, you can hold that position, and the 3 are required to hold their line. Ow. Interesting. Alright, onwards. And we are now dropped below 1 million men for the first time. Bulgaria looks like they're doing relatively well. Concentrated industry 2. Let's go and grab improved machine tools so we can get more efficiency cap. And, most importantly, more tea for me. And more importantly than that, removing the tea bag so it doesn't oversaturate. I really need to turn that alarm off. The alarm that you might have heard there is my old "you need to go to bed now, Mordred" alarm. It doesn't really hold true anymore. I'm just too lazy to disable it. Right, onwards. The type of war that could probably last the whole game. Yeah, or invasions of Cuba, which always seem to go extremely well. It's almost impossible to invade Cuba. For the size of their country, they seem to build ridiculous numbers of troops. Like, they currently have 8 divisions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 2 provinces here which are unguarded right now. Oh, and Guantanamo, which is not currently owned by the USA. I thought it always was. Oh, they must give it to them or something. A new federation! Huzzah! And we have removed decentralized rule, which means that we are now producing even more political power per day. So I'm very happy with that. We apparently cannot do this because we don't have India United. Oh, I see. You can only align once you have India United. Except for Splendid Isolation, which you can get any time. Division Defense and Core Territory, Construction Speed, Fort Construction Speed, Coastal Fort Construction Speed, Justify War Goal Reduction. Nah, I don't think we want to do that. I think we either want to go for Age of Reason to get more technology, or we want to start the industry going. Right now, actually, I think the industry is the more important. So let's get Hyderabad and Bombay finished. Also, world tension has risen fairly high. Can we reform our industry? Yes, we can go to partial mobilization. I think that would be a great idea. That would really kickstart our industry. We can afford it. Oh, and they increased the prices for the bigger jumps. Thank goodness for that. I just noticed that cost 200, not 150. That's good. That's a change they needed to make, because it's kind of ridiculous to go from no industry to complete total we're going to kill everything industry. Well, the head of state of Cuba has like super cool sunglasses. Does he really? Because if he does, then I need to play as Cuba, because I like super cool sunglasses. Those are pretty super cool sunglasses, to be fair. Not quite what I would wear. I prefer the wraparounds, but yeah. I'm getting nervous about not having an army in place. So I'm just going to position you here on the north. I don't think the Bharatians are as dangerous. Although the Dominion don't have an army here either. I just prefer to have one. What are our generals like? Are they any good? They're not bad, actually. You get a lot of them. Alright, sweet. Princely states are pretty strong. It's because we have all the princes. They're good militarist leaders. Leader of Nepal. Nice hat. Expanding the temple entry laws. More than a year has passed since the state of Travancore Cushion enforced a series of progressive laws to better the lot of the depressed Hindu castes, also known as the untouchables, Avarnas, or Dalits. Considered the lowest of the low within the Hindu caste system, the people born as untouchables have always led a wretched existence, shunned by their betters and forced to take demeaning work. However, Travancore Cochin's temple entry proclamation has greatly lessened the suffering of the state's Avarnas and given them a new sense of communal pride. As such, Sri Chitara Trithunal Balamara Varma has now proposed the federal government that the betterment of the downtrodden caste be a national issue. Opposition amongst the reactionary and conservative Hindu princes remains staunch, however. So, change in popularity for the market liberals and radical socialists. Encourage social reform but leave it to the various states, which is market liberals and radical socialists, or who cares about the dirty Dalits, which seems to be the most unpopular all around. I think we're going to go with encourage social reform but leave it to the various states. Again, the princes are king here. Speak French for 5 minutes. I can't. Even though I have 6 years of studying French, about the only thing I can say is parlez-vous français. Anglais even. Je ne parle pas français, parlez-vous anglais. Syndicate militias have advanced towards and captured the symbolic capital of the United States, Washington, D.C. They stormed the Capitol building and met strong resistance, but eventually they broke through, and the flag of the Combined Syndicates of America now flies over the U.S. Capitol. And does that have any impact on this? Oh, it does. Yeah, United States is not looking too healthy. Into our artillery. Marvellous. It is still 37. So we can't get any of those. We could potentially get like motorized so that we can get hospitals, but we don't really need them. We could get mountain troops, which could be useful, or we could just get better support weapons. Let's get the support weapons. Speak American for 5 minutes. Why should I speak American? The end of American democracy. Surprising news has arrived from the United States of America today. President Herbert Hoover, whose administration has proven to be incapable of stabilizing the divided country and calming down the CSA and AFP militants, has invited General Douglas MacArthur to retake the reins of the country with a junta of military men and corporate representatives. President MacArthur is a strong proponent of the Iron Fist rule and opposes both syndicalism and American pacifism. Large-scale crackdowns of the enemies of America have already been reported. Syndicalism spreads to Burma. The situation in the restored Kingdom of Burma has long been precarious. Even after British loyalists and Chinese citizens both vanished from its political scene, heavily influenced by the neighbouring Bharatiya Commune syndicalist ideology, protests had risen from 1936 at the Rangoon University, planting the seeds of chaos. Following a string of poor decisions by the Burmese government, culminating in ordering the Royal Burmese Army to open fire on protesting students and workers, the entire country turned against the royalty. The newly founded National Council is now founding a new syndicalist government and is reportedly already considering looking outwards for strong, like-minded allies. Oh dear, that's not good. Bharatiya Commune could be about to get aggressive here. Right, we are still horrifically low in materials. You know what? You guys are currently just wasting stuff. So I'm going to shift you to here, even though I know you're not actually ready. Only the Royal Guard of House Mysore is like the only fully strength unit that we have right now. Do we have one other? Mysore Security Force is about it. It's just a massive lack of guns. We need more guns. Badly. But we are upgrading our industry now, so we should be reaching that point where we can do it. You're becoming a feudal state, not going to last in the modern world. So that's what you would class republicanism in the US, you know, states' rights and all that, because that's basically what this is states' rights for the various princes. I've clicked a bottom in the... what? Oh, shit. Ha! Thank you for pointing that out. Why is that even a thing? Why would you ever not want to see other people's units? Yeah, the colour one is also wrong. No, it's not. That's right. Oh man, I was watching Bundeswehr Bob's series on YouTube. It's very good, by the way. He plays Millennium Dawn. And he has this counter thing which shows it for the allegiance. And like, he's playing as Britain, but there are several other countries. Oh no, so he's playing as Britain. And all of his counters are red. And I'm so used to red being enemy. It just, oh my gosh, it's frustrating. The reach of Hyderabad-Deccan Railroad strengthens. If India was the jewel in the crown of the British imperialism, then the eloquent network of the Great Indian Peninsula Railway was the jewel within it. Originally constructed in 1853, it was the model upon which the Raj built its massive infrastructure of transportation, much envied by the rest of Asia and an inspiration for noted author Jules Verne. Renamed the Hyderabad-Deccan Railroad following the British withdrawal from southern India, the first part of the new line between Bombay and Hyderabad was today being proclaimed open, dramatically strengthening communication between the princely states of Central Asia, India. Our engineers and planners already commenced work on the second part of the great system, the line connecting Mysore state with Hyderabad. Princes and commoners alike agree that this undertaking has great merit and promise. You're giving me free political power. That kind of suggests that something bad's about to happen. Yeah, it's funny. Like, Democrats are really central right, and Republicans are over there somewhere in the far distance right. At least modern Republicans. Historical Republicans are literally just states' rights. The United States and the Pacific States of America have signed a white peace. Did they take Nevada and Co? They did. That's a good peace for Pacific States. Nepali trust. Oh wait, did they change their government or their war thing? No, they didn't. That's bad. Don't sign that peace if you haven't changed your economy. Jeez. Nepali atrocities in the Ganges-Yamuna Basin. Horrible news has reached us from the Ganges-Yamuna Basin. Late last night, the celebration of the Hindu festival of Diwali turned violent as hundreds upon hundreds of Indians utilised the gathering to launch spontaneous protests against Nepal's occupation of rightful Indian soil. A local police commander lost his nerve and ordered his troops to fire upon one of these demonstrations, leaving 50 civilians dead. Tempers are running high throughout the lowlands, reaching revolutionary highs in Dehradun. Our government should be prepared for any eventuality. After all, do we not claim to represent all Indians? We do. We certainly do. This is why we're on that front. Oh, you know what we're missing? We're missing a fake attack line. Both of you. So that you can build up your planning. Fate of the Rump Madras State. Aha. In many ways, the albatross around the neck of the gun salute state, the mutilated remains of the Madras presidency, has never been loyal nor affectionate towards our government. Invaded at the end of the First Indian Civil War by princely troops, the Tamils were graciously granted autonomy, remaining outside of the federation at the cost of territorial concessions. However, Dravidian radicalism has risen in force throughout the Republic, and many officers within the National Army dare not leave such an openly hostile power unchecked, whilst traitors and Bolsheviks remain strong in Delhi and Calcutta. Something must be done about the Tamil state. Madras must ascend to princely rule. India demands it. So India and the Bharatans don't like it. Madras gains outraged opinion of them. Madras gains a claim on them. Demand they install a princely government. Or let's not antagonise the Tamils. We're not doing that. It's definitely one of these. Demand they install a princely government, or Madras must ascend to direct princely rule. I want them to join us, but I'm not going to be hardcore about it. Demand they install a princely government. This could keep them as a puppet. Just a princely puppet, because they're not currently authoritarian democrat. Serbia took 7 states, Greece took 3 states, Romania took 1. Bulgaria actually lost, and lost 11,000 equipment in the process. First option, direct rule. Too late. What focus will... Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I had forgotten about the focuses. Economic reforms means research bonuses. Oh, there's the modified backwards economy. Haha. More infrastructure, more infrastructure. I mean, we're going to need both of them eventually anyway. So I think I'm going to continue the railroad so that we can start building factories in these places. And then we'll get the factory increase. Mass assault. Excellent. Let's go and grab pocket defense. And we have once again got enough political power to do things. Did you change at all? The Ottoman Empire declared war on Metzhaik. Who? Oh, Armenia. How's our... This seems to be oh, it's because we're still training everyone. You know what? Stop training. Do we want to stop training? Because we are so low on fighting... No, it's not mechanical equipment we're short on, it's weaponry. Weaponry I think you can still train with, even if you don't actually have any weapons. So I think we're still okay there. Improved machine tools. Excellent. That's going to mean more production output. And it's November 37, so we could get radio for more reinforce rate. I think we want that. And our population is growing so quickly, we might actually hit 1 million again before the war breaks out, which would be kind of hilarious. So there are a number of armies here which are going to be fully trained, and we can shift them across, which would be great. We're still short almost 800 cannon. But our production of guns should increase. Like, it's up to 9 already, so that's an additional 3 guns a day. 3 whole guns a day. That means we're going to be supplying 21 soldiers a week with weaponry. Additional weaponry. Not 1,000. Literally individual. How strong are the Delhi troops equipment-wise? Not much better than us. Actually, no. They're about twice as good as us, but still also very, very low. And Bharatan Commune, same thing. But I strongly suspect that the quality of mine will be much higher. Okay, so we have finished all the production that we were doing. We can go up to a maximum of level 8 in any of our provinces. So I'm going to say let's continue. No, let's start building some factories because we don't have the penalties to factory production anymore. Thanks to having actually switched to partial mobilization.